Hey there, Boomalope Ranchers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, episode 231, Spicy Milk. So the one thing I might want to wait before breeding new subjects like I typed up there is I probably want Whammy home because Whammy is often used for breeding. Ew. Psychic Droner high. I mean, I could stick a foil helmet on. Well, I don't think Wendy's going to be affected all that much because she's very happy with the whole murder parts of what she just got to do. But I'll activate a soother just in case. I'll probably wait for Mass's demand for age reversal until it's demanded. Because doing it early just means that, well, no, I guess there really isn't much of a disadvantage doing it early. Because the demand is once they hit 25, so doing it early is just getting it out of the way. Because it's not like they age faster. Oh! Well, Coruscant is now a trauma savant. Because the Joywire implant kind of went wrong. Good job, Fangface. Making a trauma savant. Okay. And mangled the brain. Yeah, you've got, 60% of your brain left. Could be worse. Why are you taking Yayo? Oh, because you're psychic dependent. Okay. I'm somewhat tempted to release Coruscant into prisoner pup, because Coruscant wasn't required necessarily to be a prisoner, as they don't have any negative genes. Because trauma savants make for very good manipulators, meaning like brawling, farming, etc. I'm not going to. You guys voted, but, one could. Fangface just ripped out 40% of his brain. Yeah, the good news is it was the 40% that Wendy doesn't care for, the talking parts. So Wendy doesn't highly value people who talk. She likes the strong silent types. If there was a mute gene that could be inherited and for the Wendigo project, she probably would have chosen it. Silent but deadly. She wants her Wendigo to be like farts. Come on now. Is this the male? No, this is female. I might just try to do any of the males. So I'm getting impatient. So, really, literally any male. And we get to go home. So I have 5 female boomlopes already, and then 1 male will be fine. Repol releasing Madzi to... Oh, you mean Coruscant. Madzi is a colonist. You mean switching Coruscant and Madzi. should I release Coruscant? Wow. You've had that nuclear stomach in you for like a day or two and it's already given you cancer. That was quick. Oh, ex-lover of Waster Gunner Rorift has shown up. But not at the home tile. Up at the Boomlope outpost. So Brazit already has the psi focus to far skip everyone home, so as soon as Whammy tames one of the male Boomlopes, we're out of here. Mission success. So if Whammy needs me to forcibly queue up the tasks, I will happily do it. Only 13 years later that someone realized that Rurif existed. Yeah, and it was an X too. So Andy, that's his name. Where is Andy? I'm curious how Andy even feels about Rurif. Oh, you want Rurif dead? Yeah, okay, I understand. Don't worry, Rurif is experiencing an existence worse than death. Also, I didn't realize Rurif's first name was Ophelia. Is that really true? Which one is the... Where is Rurif? I don't even... Oh, you're in here somewhere. There you are. Yeah, you are Ophelia Rurif. Okay. You're also 1,000 years old. Well, your next 1,000 is going to be part of the ancient danger that Wendy built. Alright, Coruscant staying where Coruscant is. Got it. Come on, I just need one of these males. Please, please. There we go. Well, let's get out of here. Why are they in cryptosleep? Because the colony's easier to manage with them in. And also, the genetic diversity offered up by more non-hybrids is negligible. There's only so much value to be gained off of the subspecies. Because they don't have a lot of genes that I'm looking for anymore. Not a high percentage of them, at least. Neanderthals would be the highest percents. So, Neanderthals have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the genes I'm looking for, but they're 4 of the most represented in the colony already, so they're not ones that I'm like begging for. And then dirt moles are 3, pigskins are 2, impets are 1, wasters are 1. Edekin are 2? 1, 2... No, Edekin are 3. So Edekin and dirt moles are 3 out of 11. Neanderthals are 4 out of 11, and the other 3 races are 1 out of 11. Can we please phase out non-hybrids entirely at this point? There's not a reason to do that, because there's still a small chance. So if you have an individual that has like 10 traits, they could pass 10 traits on to a hybrid made with one of these. So I could phase them out entirely, but it doesn't actually benefit the Wendigo project to do it entirely. I mean, realistically, having every single prisoner that I can does benefit the Wendigo project, but it's unmanageable. It bogs my computer down. So it's unmanageable for, like, you know, for those kind of reasons. All right, we're packing up. Cheers. Because, for instance, if I had like well, let's see. If I take a look at Prexios, that'd be So offspring of Rexios crossed with like Madzin, Madzi, Sky Collective, Shellbell could have 9 genes, right? And the bottleneck to the Wendigo project is essentially embryo or eggs, ovum or ova extracted from people. So I'm trying to add more test subjects as fast as I can, but to increase my odds, if I had an infinite supply of ova, I could crank out a bunch of 9s and 8s, you know, which would be incredibly useful ultimately for the Wendigo project. It's just, at some point, wow, you're using my kitchen. At some point, you know, the game gets bogged down. I'm like right at the cusp of the game being running pretty slowly. I have a bunch of performance mods running to try to keep it faster. Mike, are you allowed to be a colonist? You are, so you can remain a colonist. All right, question for you all. What should my next goal be? Address the power grid or viewer suggestions? So if you have a suggestion, you can vote on the second one. It's just going to be between these two. So addressing the power grid, as I mentioned before, would be chopping up my power grid into multiple sub-power grids. So rather than the entire base on its own one system, I would separate it out so that each section of the base, like maybe into fifths, each section of the base is powered by its own subset of batteries and its own subset of power generators. That way, it's not one massive grid that can fail massively. Also, raffle timer. So good luck. And this raffle, unlike normal ones, is open to everybody. Anyone that chats is eligible. Quest available, Boris's Survivors. I will pull you about that in just a second. I'm going to run to the bathroom. Looks like you guys want me to address the power grid. I could dig that. Reminder to put caravaneers on normal food? Thank you. I surely would have forgotten. So now that everyone's home. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's some chem fuel milking. Now that everyone's home, wow, I just so happen to have the exact amount of beds. I didn't plan that. I can continue breeding. So, Rena, you're first. Sky Collective, Madzi. Okay, we'll do Madzi. Madzi's a new person to be using. Doesn't have any offspring. Also, the names up here are becoming so small. It's becoming... Wow, Madzi looks like a panda bear. That's hilarious. I also think you're missing clothing. So another thing I'm going to need to do is to open up the clothing to heavy fur, because I'm out of thrombo. And I thought I queued up an extra Warhammer. Yoda, come on, man. But I don't see it. Oh, look, another brownout. And hey, look at that. Addressing the power grid gets voted on. Okay. Do you guys see a Warhammer? You know what I'm going to need to do is... What's wrong with my power grid? It browns out regularly. And the solution to browning out, because I'm highly reliant upon renewables, wind and solar, the solution to wind and solar, to make it not brown out so much, would be batteries. But for a base this large, the amount of batteries I would need incurs the massive wrath of a feedback event, which would be so destructive it could kill people. So in order to mitigate that, I'm going to separate the base into multiple smaller power grids so that that risk is mitigated among, significantly. It also probably means changing some of the... adding more wind in, so I'm not as reliant upon solar, because I have a lot of solar and not so much wind. Oh, and the raffle. Raffle for the boomlopes. So boomlope number 1, Whaler. Whaler, I'll make you the male one. And then all the others will be females. L crabs, and I'll let you keep it. It's just a boomlope. I know you already have crabs the second. Trabramar? Maximus? Oh, wow. The whole character fits. Pull that bot. No, bot doesn't get it. Madzy, that will just be confusing. Greatness. Sure. And Salty. Congrats. Okay. Yeah. That won't fit. The Warhammer is over by the first... And then you use 2 words I do not know what they are. Oh, there it is. So the first power grid I want to address, I'm planning on doing a lot of damage before this gets better. So I'm going to see if I can't have this farm be powered up by the 3 geothermal generators and all the workshop as well, separating out this farm from the rest of the base. So snipping the power grid here. And I have other thoughts involved in this, but this is just... Because what I want to do is I want to have each section of the base be roughly equal wattage at max load. So it's going to require a lot of trial and error. Oh, Icarus is out. Wow, that was fast. Icarus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Female. Okay, well, here we go. What to do with Icarus? Prisoner or colonist. So they are quick sleeping, teetotaling, misandrist. with no nearsightedness, so eligible for both kind of weapon stuff. Didn't learn a whole lot in that. And that opens up an accelerated growth vat, which I'm going to want to use. All right. It would be mighty nice if my constructors would start snipping those cables, though. Hey, Jamney. As every month? Well, hey, I appreciate it. Cheers. Loyal viewers like you keep me in business. Okay. So now, the grid that the geothermal generator's on. Okay, so I think it's, you can kind of picture it. It is, oh no, that's not true, because this connects as well. All right, is this separate now? I think so. And it seems like it does not generate enough power. Right? It's flickering. So how about we add these solar panels to it? And then see if that's enough power to keep this section on. It's very much going to be like trial and error, because I think trial and error is faster than trying to do the math and like calculate the max wattage. I know that who is it? There's a mod that does this, but Power Tab mod, but I'm not going to be installing that. Okay. So we now have this grid here, this subgrid, and it is self-powering and has excess power, so it's not browning out, right? So I'm going to clean up some of the cabling so that it's easier to look at, easier to understand at a glance. And then adding batteries to it. Or perhaps just moving the initial batteries that I have made to it. So I think every subsection of the base is going to have maybe 6 batteries, as 6 batteries won't explode super fatally. What's the feedback event that I mentioned? So there is a chance, and there's no way to mitigate it without mods, there's a chance for your batteries to overload and for all the power on the grid of that battery to convert the stored potential energy in a battery into a thermal explosion. So if you have a giant base like this and you make sure you don't have brownouts with, like, let's say 20 batteries, those batteries are going to explode. It's the Z one, yeah, exactly. Those batteries are going to explode, and the explosion is going to be pretty horrific. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, maybe I'll do 5 each. That'll work. Alright, so we have some of the base on their own power. This one is a pretty strong network because it has it has 3 geothermal generators, but then this section of the network also powers up the entire workshop, so it's one that I want solid. Wow, 2 Masterwork Cataphract helmets back to back. That's kind of nice. The other thing I'm doing is I'm trying to move the batteries kind of like outside, but not technically outside. They're still inside, but, you know, that they're not like explosion risks for the base. And I don't think I need this separating hallway anymore either, as the base stays warm enough now without that. Oh, this power grid actually has considerable... Well, I shouldn't factor in the solar. That's considerable excess, but that's just because I have a lot of solar power. So we're like maybe a quarter done. I don't know how many I'm gonna set up, but let's say I set up 4 for each section of the base. We'll call this like a quarter done. Okay, the next one is going to be the kitchen, these farms, these 3 farms, and the waste pack atomizers. So I'm going to start snipping that. Would be nice if a deconstruct tool for cables only. Yeah. I mean, you can, like, deconstruct the cables underneath the wall or whatever, but yeah, that'd be... That looks funny. 2 helmets being hauled by skinny haulers. Let's take a look. A part of me wants to get rid of these bedrooms. I don't use them very often, and they're kind of annoying to have here. So I'm just going to uninstall the furniture so I can set up royal bedrooms if I want. But these things are like in the way. I'm going to get rid of them. Alright, so this thing... These farms now are on their own network. As you can see, this is all one network now. And, 5 batteries, right? So, let's have it like that. Have I polled about the refugees? I have not. Should I abduct refugees? I mean, I don't think there's a lot to be gained from abducting refugees, but if they're human, I can use them to gene split, meaning to implant bounded banked genes like, what's going on? Oh, God, they're powered out. Like elongated fingers and no hair, and separate them out. So there's a small use for them, edge use case, I guess. Not super important, but potentially useful. And while I'm doing it, I'm trying to aesthetically clean up the quite messy cabling, like extra cabling that's around, just so that everything is visually much easier to see at a glance. Two, three, four, five. There's the 5 batteries for that artwork. I guess leave that. This should have been done, like, years ago. But I'm glad I'm getting to it, finally. Alright, looks like you guys want me to take on the refugees. And I think what I'll do is I'll just wait maximum amount of time so I can get more of the power grid done before I bring them on. Also, I might want to do the breeding too prior, because the breeding is, I have empty pods. So I'll do breeding. Oh boy, so much. Breeding, power grid, and refugees. Lots and lots and lots and lots. So we'll do the breeding real quick. Or quick. Mojane, that looks like another Madzi. Polog. I wish I had a eidetic memory. Then I wouldn't have to look this up every time. Polog and Papog are the same. That will be like a whammy, maybe? Yeah, whammy. Might as well just find Papog. Well, whatever. Shell. Shell, shell, shell. Also a Madzi. You know that the breeding progress is going well when you're fresh out of the vat people are the best breeding partners for a lot, right? Because that's a pretty good indicator that you're heading in the right direction. You're making progress. Now for Dave. Madzi as well. Holy heck, Madzi. You're going to be a little drained by the time you're done. Plex. You are at the top. Also Madzi. Hey Madzi, how you feeling? Cognon. At this rate, I should just have Madsy. Anyone that Madsy isn't related to, just go. I should click up here, which is an invisible button that alphabetizes them. That would help me a lot. So, Sky Collective, Madsen. Okay, Sky Collective. Oh, that was Plex. Crap. Phantom. Frost with Apollo. Foe. I'm gonna go with Madsy again. And then Foe and Mojin. Oh, I already did Mojins, right? Yeah. Popag. Whammy. Robot. Frost with Sky Collective. If there's still Sky Collective sperm down here, I might need to start collecting Sky Collective. Oh no, there's 10 more. I wish when mousing over it would show me which one it is. To Flutie. With Whammy. Coruscant. With Madsen. Oh, I did that wrong. Nitro Leak. With Madsy. Oh, Madsy. Nabla. With probably Madsy as well. Yep. Lady Stormguard. I'll do Madsen. I'll have to wait on that, because Madsen only has 1 stack of sperm. Oh no, has a second. I am wrong. Melkorich. So I think Mel has some 10s. 10 potential. Yes. Ryzik cross with Mel is a 10 potential. God, if only I get that lucky. Cassie. You are a waster with Sky Collective. I have to wait on that. I think there's only 1 stack. You can only withdraw 1 at a time. One thing I've noticed is Triminate. I've not used you in a while. Guero, haven't used you either. And Slivial, haven't used you either. Slivial, you're male though. You were a male dirt mole, so that's moot. But what I could consider is those prisoners whom sperm I am not using can either get the axe or get frozen, or a mix of both. So Cassie, what did I say? I said Sky Collective. Lynx. Madsy. Madsy, why did you even bother walking away? You probably needed time to recover, but guess what? Nope. And Tangier. Also, another thing to consider is colonist eggs are probably extractable now too. Tangier with Apollo. Oh, no, it's still on cooldown. Okay, cool. I didn't miss the window there. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch, July 30th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community on Discord, it also has a link to Discord, as does the description to this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigo,